Disasterina and friends, we're gonna have a good time tonight, that's right.
Just speaking again about like first out. Maybe it's a trend, maybe it isn't, but you were treated very well as the first out for Titans. Maybe that was softened a little bit because even though you were the first out, you did get more airtime because of the lip sync competition. But also, Onyx Ondix was the first out, and they got treated pretty well. I mean, I haven't talked to them deep about it or how much hate they got or anything like that, but they are definitely well received within like the whole monster Dragula community. I mean, just because they continue to do really astounding stuff.
They're so fucking talented.
They are, right? Oh my God, they're just so sickening.
I've followed them for such a long time. Like, I think so many people that we've had on the show, I've been such a huge fan of for so long, like getting to see what they do and getting to continuously get inspired by them is just so fun. And that definitely Onyx is one of those people.
I don't want to get into the show too much, but I just want to clear the air about that whole Frankie extermination thing.
Okay.
So I thought we were a good team. I thought we did the best, right?
I did too. I thought our looks were really fun. I thought that I had my lip sync down. I thought I had my stuff down. Like, I thought that we all did really, really cool. So I was just kind of like, okay, well, we were the first ones to go too. So once you have like other people that you get to watch go before you, it's kind of like you get a general idea. So it always sucks to be the first, right? And like to kind of be the guinea pigs of the situation. And we were much bigger than the room.
That's the problem.
We were like bumping into everything. And
I know.
You had the staff and the dress and the hat, like, and Laura's was just insanely huge.
And we had to do the choreo around that giant couch with like an 8-foot ceiling. I had a big hat, and then, we were all wearing big headgear and stuff. So we all had to crouch down. It was, it was terrible lighting. We're tripping over each other. We had the most difficult terrain.
Right. I feel like we should have gotten the outside pool scene.
I know. It's like, Sigourney and Zava and the other one, I can't remember what the name was. They were outside doing their thing, right? And right by the pool, they had plenty of space. They had no obstacles. And what they were doing was relatively simple. So I have a big beef about that.
Ultimately, having like another 8 extra hours of nonstop practice.
That's right. We went first, and you know how, video shoots that take forever to do everything. So it's like several hours later, they were doing their thing, so they could practice dozens of more times.
I feel like we got there, had to finish getting ready, and then we had like 3 run-throughs as quick as we could. Mm-hmm. And then it was very like be on deck. So we were just kind of trying to figure everything out. And I remember Abora stepped on my foot and the toe came off, I think. And I was like, it's fine. It is what it is. We're going to make it work. And she literally sat there, pulled out her fucking needle and thread and sewed my toe back on. And she sewed it so crooked that it was like sticking up all crazy. And I love it. I've never changed it. I've never fixed it because I love that I have a gnarly toe.
Well, I remember that at the time too. That was pretty funny. But it's like, I thought we did the best. We had the most original, most challenging number. And I thought we pulled it off. Then they edited it and, they said the other people win. That stuck in my craw. I was like, why would they win if they're doing something so relatively simple and they have plenty of time to, practice or whatever.
Did it feel to you like walking into it, like it doesn't really matter what we would have done because ultimately we kind of walked into a situation where they wanted us to be the bottom or they wanted us to be like the old ones or like, the prior older seasons and kind of just like, they couldn't keep up. Like, I felt like that was kind of like the narrative, but also kind of like, this is kind of where we're going to push. We're going to push that you guys ultimately will be lower on. We're going to make it, no matter how you do, to make it feel like you guys are lower on the totem or we feel some type of way. And I said, I don't feel any of that. Like, I'm happy and I love my team and I wanted to be on this team and my team did great. So I hate that that's kind of like the feeling that I'm getting that's going to happen right now, but that's kind of shitty. Did you feel any of that at all?
I was very focused on what we were doing. I think, the first episode, you sort of like get the idea of who their favorites are and who is in the doghouse. Obviously,
I was in the doghouse.
You know how it goes? Like the producers are like, okay, who's first out? My guess is they have already decided who the first out is before the episode even started. that's just the way they do things. They want to be prepared, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just the way it went down was so disappointing just because after all of everything we did, it's like, we are like months in the making of all of our outfits. We knew that this outfit was going to be the first outfit. We are all super prepared. And then instead of the judges deciding who goes home, they pass the buck. They're like, okay, we're going to make them choose so we don't get no blame.
And had that been the case, I wouldn't have gone home.
Well, it was interesting because, you're all of a sudden you're in a group of your friends, and that's why they like it. It's drama, and there's plenty of drama associated with it.
Oh, definitely.
But you have to decide who is going to go home, even though everybody's your friends. But some of the friends are you're tighter with than other friends. I know that you and Loris are super tight. So I was worried that they were going to choose me, and Loris did choose me.
I voted for her.
That's a surprise. Well, you had to. You couldn't
I couldn't
vote for
Abora, pretty much. And I just could not vote for you. I just couldn't. It didn't feel right. I mean, it was really hard voting for Loris too. But I feel like, I don't know, at the time, I just felt like, well, she'll understand, or she'll get it, or it'll be fine, or she's not going to go anywhere. I didn't think it was that serious. She was also kind of going back and forth about, I think I should be up. I think whatever. I was like, then give yourself up. If you want to be there, go. I don't want to, but I just didn't feel right voting for you. I was like, no, that's not right. That's not cool.
And we didn't have much time. The producers who were coming at us was like, you got to decide right now. You got to decide right now.
We didn't know that we had to vote for anyone because we had Abora in, so we didn't.
Yeah, we already had somebody in our group going to the...
I wish that would have been told to us at some point, because I feel like we were just sitting there like in the cauldron just...
Yeah, nobody told us that we were going to have to get yet another person from our group.
Or we could have gone through it in the cauldron. But yeah, we just didn't really know. And then all of a sudden it was, regardless, you got to pick and you got to do it right this second, right now. And it was really intense.
And I literally flipped a coin. I did not want to decide because I thought it was bullshit. I thought you both did great. Am I going to choose Loris or Frankie? I can't choose Abora. I thought it was bullshit. So, okay, this is bullshit. I'm just going to let fate decide. And unfortunately, fate decided for you. In a way, maybe I should have gone for Loris because Loris was somebody who said they would have voted for themselves, which I found shocking because I didn't think they did bad at all. I thought they were very good within the group. No. They showed a lot of leadership, and they were very active with the choreography and everything. So it's like it didn't make sense to just go for them.
It was rough.
It was rough. But what was even rougher was, and this just gets stuck in my craw, it's like, okay, there's 4 people going to the bungee jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a competition. They're all going to do the bungee jump. They're all going to run up the mountain. They're all going to bounce around on the bridge. They're all going to be terrified. They're all going to scream. Is somebody going to do that better than the others? No.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. I had the same feeling of like, how do you even like gauge who to keep, or how do you even like compete, other people, because you're all just hiking. Granted, I will say, if it was based on hiking alone, I kicked that shit's ass. I was like a mile ahead of everyone. I had to keep stopping and like looking back, because hiking in LA and in, where we were is nothing like hiking in Alaska.
That's right. You're like the mountain queen out there.
I just like beasted that shit. And I was comfortable. I was warm because I was in like fake fur, but for the most part, my hole was out. So I was like, yeah, we're good. And I just had big ass sneakers. By the end of it, though, walking back, oh my God, my feet were bleeding. Like my ankles were getting sliced by my shoes. So I was like bloody as shit. But I was just enjoying the moment. I just kind of, I guess mentally I should have like really thought about it as a competition and been like, okay, let's like throw ourselves on the floor and be closer to the camera and play it up a lot. And I just was so in the moment and kind of just, fuck it, let's go hiking. And I was talking to the guide about like where he's been and traveled, and he's been to Alaska before. So we were talking about where he's been in Alaska, and just, I was a mile ahead of everyone running around, like just jumping from like piece of the mountain to the next piece of the mountain and enjoying the hike. So I feel like I just missed the assignment because I was having too much fun.
But you didn't miss the assignment because once they decide, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. And I think once I saw that it was Abora and it was myself and Cynthia and Dahlia, I kind of walked into it like, oh yeah, if they're going to send someone home, it's going to be me, because 1, I'm season 1. I don't have anger towards anyone yet because it's still like the first day. I'm still kind of getting to like interact with everyone. Dahlia's drama beyond belief, and she loves that role that she's playing. Cynthia's obnoxious and crazy loud, and I mean that in the best way possible. Abora's Abora.
Abora's a finalist. Eva and Abora, when they walked on that stage, I knew they were the finalists.
Oh, totally. And I kind of was like, okay, so this is where we are. So I think I kind of like felt it, and I told myself this time too, because of Resurrection, like I said before, like I tried my best, I did the best I could, and you know, they tell you things like, "Oh, your looks are so great. You're gonna do so great. I think you're taking this, man. Like, I think that your looks are the strongest, and I think if you really pull this off, like, this is really gonna do great." And then I was told that certain things were gonna be filmed a certain way, and I did certain gags that I put extra work in. And then when you actually watch everything happen, it's really heartbreaking to see none of those shots that you'd actually filmed get used because they need to make someone else look better.
Yeah.
So in order to make that person appear better or appear that they did something more than you did, they have to now take away from you and your performance. So some of the props that I used, some of the stuff that I did never made it. Some of the shots that we did where I was supposed to look upside down as a bat, clearly that went to Dali, and just stuff like that. And it was kind of like really gut-wrenching to experience it. So this time I told myself, walk into this clear, don't have any expectations, and just enjoy the ride. Don't let it hurt you. Don't let it make you doubt yourself or feel like shit, because that'll haunt you forever, and it does. So I just wanted to walk in there and laugh the whole time and have a good time, have fun, and just ride the wave. And I feel that I did that for the most part. And I got to really just, like, of course, the audience never gets to see these moments that I wish they would have filmed, but it was like just us backstage, like at our stations, talking with each other, walking around, having like pep talks to each other. I loved walking over to you and just checking out your stuff and talking to you and connecting with you, and always checked up on Loris. And when Abora was down on herself, I was running over there and giving her a hug and just telling her, you know that you're like incredible, right? So those are like the moments that I just really, really, really enjoyed. And I will always remember those. And from every time I've done it, it's been those moments like that I just remember. Like, I got to do this. I got to be here. Like, with Resurrection, it was I got to film at home with my parents actually getting to watch what I do. So that was a very big game changer in our relationship, where they didn't really understand who I was. Them meeting the Boulets and getting to watch through the camera what I was doing, and my dad getting to see me as a bat creature, and my mom being like, this is incredible. And then I just called a friend and said, hey, I need a hearse, like right now. And he came over with a hearse and coffins. Like, it was just really amazing. So I get to keep so many of the memories that a lot of people don't ever get to see, and that's cool with me. But the friendships are definitely the important part.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way, and I feel the camaraderie when I'm there. It's like nobody's my enemy when I'm there.
No, that's why it was so hard to like walk into the drama, because I said, oh, I like everyone. I'm like really in a good place.
Yeah, I know. I understand that, you know, people like drama, and that's legit, but I think my complaint is the drama should be legit, and the drama should be about the competition. And the reason why there isn't any drama really about the competition, because there isn't a competition. Mm-hmm. Is there a competition for the bungee jump? No. Is there a competition for who we choose to get out of the show? I mean, no. We don't want to do that. I mean, I guess that is sort of drama, but I'd rather, be judged on my merits. Yeah, I'd rather have somebody say, okay, you didn't live up to what, we thought, and you are in the bottom because of that. It's not you were in the bottom because the friend who isn't as friendly to you as your other friend didn't choose you. Or something dumb like that. I wish I could have
argued. I would have been like, listen, at least you know that I'm a fucking dog. Like, what the fuck is Zabaleta?
Exactly. I still don't know.
Some random woman, like, I don't even know who that is. Barbara Duke. Like, that was weird.
Well, I just had to get that out there because I think maybe people watch the show or watch the reunion and they think, oh, Disasterina is mean because, they voted on, Frankie or whatever. It's like, you're all my friends. I think you're all brilliant and all talented. And I think it's shitty that we have to choose not on merit. We're not choosing on merit. We're choosing because some friends are friendlier than other friends. So that's why I randomized it.
But you also kind of like walk into it knowing what you're signing up for, and not to like take it so personal. And that's what, and even specifically with you, like I could never be angry with you or take that personal. We were just put in a really shitty situation and we had to do what we had to do to continue the show. And that was kind of how I took it. Did I want to go home so soon? No. But was I super like upset about it? Not really. Like I just kind of told myself being here in general was a blessing to get to be asked again to come back. Whatever happens, happens. And you can't really dwell on it because ultimately if I sit here beating myself up about it and just being, you could have done this, you could have done that, or you should have, or could have, should have, what, it doesn't matter, is not going to change the outcome. So I just, like I said, I walked in with I'm going to have a fucking good time. And I did. And I enjoyed. People think I was there for a day, clearly, because there's just like first episode, but they don't realize how long it takes to fucking film the first episode because we had so much going on, so many days of different things. And then I was there forever. It felt like. Yeah,
that's right. I mean, the first episode, it was at least 3 days of filming.
And then we had like promo, and then we had just like a lot of other stuff. And then I was still around forever. And then we had to do the showdown thing. And then after that, I went home. I went to my mom's. And literally, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home. I have like to fly back. I have things going on. And then they were like, yeah, we're going to like film this extra like other thing with Loris. And then we're going to do this other thing. And I was like, okay. And I just ended up like doing all kinds of other stuff. That was really fun. And coincidentally, all the locations we used were like super close to my mom's place. So it wasn't even that bad to like get up and go and drive or like get myself there. But like, it was cool. I had a really good time. I got to live. I've always said I wanted to walk on that fucking stage and walk through that coffin like doorway and get to experience it. So I think at that moment, like it just that's when it felt real. Like walking into that room for the first time and being like, oh my God, this is overwhelming.